Hey guys, welcome to the first ever episode of Train of Thought, America's least favorite game show. I'm your host, and these are our contestants today. We have Gavin, an unemployed alumnus from Appalachian State University, and Isabel, a student at MIT University. All right, I think it's time to start our first train, where we're going to begin with a toss-up for 1 point that I call the locomotive. Then, whoever gets that right will get another question, just for them, for 2 points. And so on, getting harder and being worth more points until the 10-point caboose. But, if they get a question wrong, their opponent gets a chance to steal the points and their train of thought. Alright, we're going to start with the film and literature train. For 1 point, what Disney movie features a Philoctetes voiced by Danny DeVito? Gavin.
Hercules?
That is Hercules. Alright, this is just for you, Gavin. Hercules, or Heracles in Greek myth, has a much different story in the actual mythos. He is the son of Zeus and the mortal Alcmene, and Hera hates him, as she does with all of Zeus's illegitimate kids. She causes him to go into a fit of rage, killing his wife and kids, and to atone, he has to perform what quests, of which there were originally only supposed to be 10?
His labors?
Can you be more specific?
12 labors?
That is correct. Did you know that, Eurystheus just added on 2 more? Because he thought, you know which 2 he didn't think were? Yes, the Augean stables didn't count because he got paid.
Right.
And then the other one is the slaying of the Lernaean Hydra because Hercules got help from his nephew/gay lover.
Yay.
Alright, let's go into the 3-point question. The 12 labors were not all Heracles got up to. In some accounts, he sailed with Jason on the Argo, and he is also briefly mentioned in the Homeric epics, that being the Iliad detailing the Trojan War, and what poem detailing the 10-year-long trek home that followed?
The Odyssey?
That is correct. The Odyssey is soon to get an adaptation by what director of movies like Memento, The Prestige, The Dark Knight, and Interstellar?
Christopher Nolan.
That is correct. Christopher Nolan directed what incredibly confusing film about a nameless protagonist with a core principle trying to stop the future from destroying the past using objects inverted in time?
Memento?
That is incorrect. You have an opportunity to steal, Isabel.
A Wrinkle in Time.
I'm afraid that is incorrect. The correct answer is Tenet. You know that he made the title of that a palindrome so that it would be read both forward and backwards. It's a great movie. Check it out. Alright, so that we're going to keep with you, Gavin, but you don't get the points for that.
Okay.
Tenet was followed in Nolan's filmography by what movie that released in theaters on July 21st, 2023, on the same day as a much better movie by Greta Gerwig?
Oppenheimer.
That is correct. Oppenheimer, or J. Robert to his friends, was the head scientist of the Manhattan Project and oversaw the first detonation of a nuclear weapon, a test he dubbed what after the line from John Donne's poetry, "Batter my heart, three-person God."
Trinity?
That is correct. It is the Trinity test. Caused Oppenheimer to recall the line, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds," a quote from what deity?
Krishna.
That is correct. Vishnu, or more so Krishna, an avatar of Vishnu, says this quote to convince the prince Arjuna to fulfill his destiny in what Hindu scripture that forms part of the Mahabharata?
Bhagavad Gita.
That is correct. Alright, for 10 points, the caboose. The Bhagavad Gita was written in Sanskrit, which Oppenheimer didn't know perfectly, and thus his translation doesn't exactly match up with what Vishnu actually meant. But he probably could have told you that the Gita in Bhagavad Gita means what?
Milk.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Isabel?
Life.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. It's song. So you'll need to study up on your Sanskrit. Alright, we have arrived at our first stop, Hollywood, in Los Angeles, California.
They hate me.
I'm going to give you the name of an episode. You tell me the TV show. First to buzz in right earns points, but give the wrong answer and you'll lose points. I'll give you a hint. They're all pilot episodes, just like this. For 1 point, the one where Monica gets a roommate. Isabel.
Friends.
That is correct. For 2 points, winter is coming. Gavin.
Game of Thrones.
That is correct. Did y'all know the original pilot was so bad it actually never aired?
I had no idea.
And they even had to recast several of the actors.
Why did it go?
Because it sucked.
Fair enough.
I've yet to see it. I hope one day they'll air it. All right, for 3 points, Asteroid Blues. Time, that is Cowboy Bebop.
Just finished that last night.
Yeah, y'all don't know ball.
I finished it
Don't know
last
why.
For
At
4
least I haven't watched it.
Yeah, she has more of an excuse than you do. All right, for 4 points, EPS 1.0 underscore hellofriend.mov. Time, that is Mr. Robot. Great show. Y'all should watch it. For 5 points, efectuar lo acordado. That is time. It's Money Heist, or in the original Spanish, La Casa de Papel.
Okay.
All right, y'all did pretty good though.
I should have gone. I thought Cowboy Bebop, but I was like, I don't want to lose points.
You gotta learn to gamble. And now a word from our sponsor, me. This episode of Train of Thought is sponsored by my upcoming tower defense game, Spaceships and Cellular Automata. In it, you play as a crew of astronauts searching for a habitable exoplanet while being attacked by aliens. The aliens are actually cellular automata simulated in Conway's Game of Life. This means they are patterns of pixels governed by simple rules that allow complex mechanics like movement and replication. But it also means that if you introduce just one errant pixel, it's enough to destabilize the pattern completely. Your most basic tower does exactly that, shooting out a single cell. And your more complex towers, they do a whole lot more. If this sounds at all interesting to you, you should go wishlist Spaceships and Cellular Automata on Steam right now. And while you're at it, make sure to go subscribe to this channel to stay updated on future games and to catch more episodes of Train of Thought. Well, let's get back to the show. All right, we now get to the music train. For 1 point, what band, named after 2 competing standards and the namesake of one of the Pillar Men in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, has songs like Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap? Gavin.
AC/DC.
That is correct. All right, just for you. AC/DC is named after alternating current and direct current, 2 different standards for electricity, which is used by Thunder McQueen and Stone Ocean, using a stand named after what AC/DC song with lyrics, "No stop signs, speed limit, nobody's gonna slow me down, like a wheel gonna spin it, nobody's gonna mess me around, hey Satan."
Is that Highway to Hell?
That is Highway to Hell, which is not to be confused with Stairway to Heaven. And now that I think about it, the existence of these 2 songs says wonders about the theology of rock and roll bands, as well as the amount of traffic they expect to be going to these places. Anyway, what band has songs like Immigrant Song and Stairway to Heaven?
Led Zeppelin.
That is correct. Led Zeppelin is so named because Keith Moon joked that the band would go down like a lead balloon. Keith Moon was the drummer of what band for songs like The Rock and Baba O'Reilly?
The Who.
That is correct. The Who had another drummer who toured with them named Zach Starkey, who is the son of which Beatle whose namesake JoJo's character has a stand called Mandem?
Ringo Starr.
That is correct. Ringo Starr drummed in quite a few songs for the Beatles. He was their drummer after all, including what 1965 single that is the namesake of a board game that is sure to be a favorite of fans of this show?
What is Rain?
I'm afraid that's not correct. Isabel, you have an opportunity to steal.
It's the Trains one.
Is.
It's the Trains one that's really well known, and I don't remember its name right now, so
Well,
I'm
make
going to
it
go
record
across the United States.
I just got it.
It's Ticket to Ride.
Ticket to Ride!
That's
Oh.
So I'm afraid none of you
I
get
played
the
that
points
so
for that
long.
one.
I should have got that.
For 7 points, it's back to you, Gavin.
Mm-hmm.
Ticket to Ride, the song that is also the namesake of Lucy Steele's stand in Steel Ball Run. She uses this ability to escape Funny Valentine, someone often addressed by what title that is also the name of a band whose song, Coco Jambu, is referenced in the name of a turtle in Part 5.
No answer.
Don't even know, I'm not answering.
Yeah, it's Mr. President.
Okay.
That was a hard one.
Yeah.
So, no points, but back to you, Gavin. For 8 points, Mr. President, the stand, not the band, was originally going to be named after what band, whose 1973 single, 20th Century Boy, is the namesake of Magent stand in Steel Ball Run?
The Police.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. Isabel.
Yellow Submarine.
That's not a band. The answer is T-Rex. So back to you, Gavin. For 9, T-Rex is not to be confused with Scary Monsters, the stand that turns Diego Brando into a dinosaur. That was originally the stand of a doctor named after what Scottish band with songs like Darts of Pleasure and Do You Want To?
Delamitri.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. Isabel.
No answer.
Would y'all know it if I said they also did Take Me Out?
No.
And it's named after an Austrian archduke.
Franz
Franz
Ferdinand.
It is Franz Ferdinand. No points, though. For 10 points, Franz Ferdinand, the band, not the Archduke, though the name of the band is a reference to the name of the Archduke. And all of the answers so far are referenced in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, usually in the name of stands. However, the best stand fight, in my opinion, was not made by Hirohiko Araki, nor does it take place in the JoJo's universe. Instead, it takes place in the Henry Stickmin game Completing the Mission. In it, Henry Stickmin uses his stand reference to fight against the right-hand man, punching him into an alternate dimension where he doesn't have his cybernetic enhancements. Alas, he still has his stand in the form of an hourglass that he uses to slow down time. That is named after what song by the singer of Bad Bad Leroy Brown?
Time in a Bottle.
That is correct, Gavin!
Nice.
10 points for you!
I like Croce.
I do too. We are now at our second stop, the International Boxing Hall of Fame in Canastota, New York. Tell me the names of these boxers. I'll give you a hint. Only one of them started a grill company. For 1 point. Gavin.
Muhammad Ali.
That is Muhammad Ali. 1 point to you.
Cassius Clay.
The only boxer
I would have
know.
accepted that too, but I prefer Muhammad Ali, as did he.
Yep.
For 2 points, Gavin.
Mike Tyson.
That is Mike Tyson.
Okay.
For 3 points,
I was going to make a joke.
it's George Foreman. I'm disappointed.
The grill.
Oh,
Exactly.
Well, I was going to make an unrelated joke.
The grill is pictured here, in fact. All right. For 4 points, name that boxer. Isabel.
Never mind. Just give me the neg. I don't know it.
It's Sugar Ray Robinson. Minus 4 points for you. All right. And for 5 points, who's that boxer? He's my favorite. He's Lennox Lewis. There's a reason that one's worth 5 points. I didn't expect y'all to get it.
Yeah.
He looked very cool, though.
Oh, he's awesome. Y'all should watch some of his fights.
Yikes.
Well, we're now going to hop on the science train. For 1 point, which Group 8 transition metal has an average atomic weight of 55.845 atomic mass units, and tools made of it led to a namesake age of human history? Its name in Isabel.
Iron.
That is iron! Didn't even let me get to the stuff about having an atomic symbol of Fe, even though it starts with an I. For 2 points, Isabel. Iron is not the only element with a misleading atomic symbol. It is joined by what metal that was called plumbum by Romans and is the namesake of plumbing?
Are you talking about lead?
I am talking about lead. Lead has a density of 10.66 grams per cubic centimeter, much more than average, but much less than what element used in the filament of incandescent light bulbs, formerly known as wolfram?
Tungsten.
That is tungsten. For 4 points, tungsten was identified by Carl Wilhelm Scheele, a German-Swedish chemist, who also discovered what ozone-forming gas, named by Antoine Lavoisier, for its ability to form acids.
For its ability to form acids.
Do you have an
Sulfur?
answer? It is not sulfur.
Is it CO3?
That's not an element.
Can I
Oh,
say it
that
now
was-
that I have...
Oh, I guess I didn't actually say it was an element, so
Yeah.
never mind. That's fine. Do you have it now?
It's chlorine, isn't it? Or-
It's not.
Really?
It's oxygen.
Oh.
Oxygen is, in
That's
Latin,
so
for oxy
interesting.
is acid, and gin is to form.
Maybe
Well,
I
yeah, because my first thought was water, and I was like, there's no...
I
Ozone.
really expected y'all to
Ozone
get it
forming.
when I said ozone forming.
I thought you meant
What's
like,
the formula for ozone?
It's O2.
It's
What?
O3.
It's O3!
I don't. I got.
Well,
You don't deserve that.
That's no
I
want
points
that.
for either of you.
That's so
Is
sad.
it
But-
actually O3?
Yes!
Yes.
O2 is oxygen! Like the
Whoa.
breathing
But
kind!
O1's
Yes.
oxygen.
No.
No, that's an oxygen radical.
Yes. Oxygen, it forms diatomic
I think
oxygen
it's
of
obvious I'm
O2.
not a STEM major.
All right. Well, yeah, you're not anything anymore.
I get to feel a lot stronger now.
Well, you didn't get the question
I
either.
didn't.
But we're still going to go back to you, Isabel. So for 5 points, oxygen is a chalcogen, as is what element historically referred to as brimstone?
Brimstone? Nitrogen.
I'm afraid that's not it. Gavin, you have a chance to steal.
Sulfur?
It is sulfur!
That's so messed up and sad.
Yeah.
You get
So
that
when
back.
people say that hell is fire and brimstone, they just
Oh,
mean
that
it's
makes
really stinky.
Right.
All right. Good job, Gavin. Sulfur is actually spelled with an F in American English and a PH in British English. Or I guess they would say PH. What metal is spelled differently in American and British English? The only other element to be so.
Aluminum?
That is correct! Aluminum, or aluminium for the Brits in the audience, forms an oxide called alumina, for which the element is named. Alumina's crystalline form is what mineral, whose black varieties are called emery, its red varieties are called rubies, and its every other color varieties are called sapphires.
No answer.
Isabel, you have a
These
chance
are
to-
garnets.
These are not garnets. It is corundum.
Aluminum.
So, no points
What
for
do you
either of
mean?
you.
Do you recognize that?
It's in Skyrim, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's really Well, back to you, Gavin. Corundum is used in mirrors and industrial lasers, including the ones at LIGO, an observatory to detect what phenomena set off by things like the collision of two black holes.
Neutrinos?
Those are not neutrinos. Isabel.
So I'm trying to back solve the acronym right now because I've heard of LIGO before. We're gonna go with particle collisions.
I'm afraid it's not. It's gravitational waves.
Ah.
Gavin? Gravitational waves are the G in LIGO, with the whole thing being Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory. LASER itself is an acronym, which makes this acronymception. What does LASER stand for?
Light amplification. No. My bad.
Isabel, you have a chance to steal.
Light absorbing sensor emitting radiation.
Together, y'all got quite a few of the letters. It's light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation, which isn't the only acronym that most people don't know is an acronym. It is joined by TASER, which was named by its inventor, Jack Cover, in 1974, and stands for what?
Tesla amplified specific radiation.
Seems you didn't even remember what I said on the last question. We're going to go to you, Isabel, for the steal.
I think it's just like a nickname for like Taserbert. I think that's what it stands for.
Honestly, that's kind of closer, because it is named after someone, not the inventor, but one of his favorite characters from a sci-fi series, Thomas A. Swift's electric rifle.
Oh.
That's a fun fact,
That's a
isn't
really
it?
cool name.
I know, right?
Electric rifle is so much cooler than it
Yeah,
actually is.
and it's so funny to me that laser and taser are both acronyms, and rhyme mean completely different things.
Yeah.
How cool. All right, we've made it to stop number 3. These are the last questions in the whole episode. It's time to redeem yourself, Isabel. Take the win.
I don't think it's physically possible anymore.
Yeah, but you could look way cooler.
I can look a little cooler, yeah.
Yes.
That's really important to me.
Stop 3 is the Tower of Babel in Iraq. Or what's left of it, anyway. Tell me what languages the following sentences are in. I'll give you a hint. All of these sentences are translations of Buy My Game. For 1 point. Compra mi juego. Isabel.
Spanish.
Yeah.
I have to get that one legally.
Yes, it would have been really embarrassing if you didn't.
I agree.
Or embarazada, if you could say.
I
I'm
hope
joking,
not!
that means pregnant. For 2 points. Achetez mon jeu. Gavin.
French.
That is French. For 3 points. Watashi no gemu o kadakarusai.
Japanese.
Isabel, that is Japanese. What'd you get it off of?
Anime. Watashi.
Yeah. You know what watashi means?
I think it's a pronoun.
Yes. It
It's
means
like the personal pronoun.
it's
for
me, as in
I-
buy my game.
I know there are different ones depending on what kind of person you see yourself as, but I
Yes,
don't know
but I
the-
respect myself a lot, so I use the respectful pronoun.
Got it.
For 4 points, Nunua Mchezo Wangu. Isabel.
Swahili.
It is Swahili! I probably butchered the pronunciation though, so for my Swahili viewers, I'm sorry.
You did great for someone who's only seen Swahili written down. Me. Because then I heard it and it sounded good.
I see that it sounded like what someone who doesn't know Swahili would think Swahili sounds like.
Yes, which is I'm someone
Which
who
worked
doesn't know
perfectly.
Swahili, so yeah.
Alright, for 5 points, Arosi Nire Hokoa. I'm gonna call time.
Catalan?
It's Basque.
I
Pretty
feel
close
bad.
in
one of the
location,
two.
very far apart in actual linguistic distance.
Yeah.
Alright, that ends our episode.
Yay!
Congratulations, Gavin, on your pretty resounding victory.
A little bit resounding.
Join us next week for episode 2 of Train of Thoughts.